Good morning, students. In today's class, we are going to discuss the topic phylum Chordata. We have already learnt in the previous classes based on the presence or absence of notochord, animals are classified into two types. One is invertebrate and the another one is chordate. Invertebrate are animals without backbone and chordate are animals with backbone. The Chordata is the largest phylum with most familiar group of animals. So under Chordata we can able to see the familiar group of animals such as fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals. And also we can able to see some less known forms of animals such as lancelets, amphioxus and tunicates. So all this comes under the phylum Chordata. All chordates possess three fundamental distinct features at some stage of their life. That is, they possess the three fundamental distinct features either during the embryonic stage or during the young stage or during the adult stage. So these three fundamental characteristic features can be seen at any stage of their life cycle. First we will see the characters one by one. First one is presence of elongated rod-like notochord. So the first fundamental distinct features is the presence of notochord. So presence of elongated rod-like notochord which is present below the nerve cord and above the alimentary canal. So the notochord is present below the nerve cord and above the alimentary canal. This notochord serves as a primitive internal skeleton. So it serves as a primitive internal skeleton. In some organism, it may persist, that is, it may continue throughout their life. If you take some smaller or some lower chordates, this notochord persists throughout their life. Example, lancelets and lampreys. But if you take in some adult vertebrates, it may be partially or completely replaced. So the notochord is completely replaced by backbone or the vertebral column. So presence of elongated rod-like notochord is one of the fundamental, that is distinct features of the phylum notochord, that is chordate. In this picture you can able to see the notochord. So this notochord is present below the dorsal nerve cord and it is present above the alimentary canal. Next we will see the second distinct features, that is a dorsal hollow or tubular filled nerve cord. So another one feature is the presence of nerve cord. So a dorsal hollow or tubular fluid filled nerve cord is present above the notochord and below the dorsal body wall. So the nerve cord is present above the notochord and it is present below the dorsal body wall. So the main function of this nerve cord is to integrate and coordinate the body functions. So it mainly integrates and coordinates the body functions. In the higher chordates, so in higher chordates, the anterior end of the nerve cord gets enlarged to form the brain and the posterior part becomes the spinal cord, and this spinal cord is protected inside the vertebral column. So if you take the nerve cord is present, that is above the notochord and below the dorsal body wall. The main function is to integrate and coordinate the body functions. In higher chordates, you can able to see the anterior end of the nerve cord. It gets enlarged to form the brain, and the posterior part becomes the spinal cord, and the spinal cord is protected inside the vertebral column. So in this picture you can able to see the dorsal hollow nerve cord which is present above the notochord and the dorsal body wall. Next we'll see about the presence of pharyngeal gill slits. So presence of pharyngeal gill slits is also one of the fundamental features of the phylum Chordata. So it is called as pharyngeal gill slits or clefts. So presence of pharyngeal gill slits or clefts in all chordates at some stage of their life cycle. So the pharyngeal gill slits are present in chordates at some stage of their life cycle, either during the embryonic stage or during the adult stage. So this gill slits is a series of gill slits or clefts that perforates the wall of pharynx. So these gill slits are present on the walls of pharynx, and it appears during the development of every chordate. So this pharyngeal gill slits are present on the wall of pharynx and appears during the development of every chordate. If you take the pharyngeal gill slits in aquatic forms, they are vascular. So the pharyngeal gill slits are vascular, lamellar, and form the gills for respiration. So in aquatic animals, this pharyngeal gill slits mainly functions for respiration. In terrestrial chordates, so in terrestrial animals, you can able to see the traces of non-functional gill slits, because most of the terrestrial animals, they respire through the lungs. So they don't need that is gill slits. So mainly in terrestrial animals, traces of non-functional gill clefts appear during their embryonic development. So in terrestrial animals, they are found non-functional, and that too in their embryonic stages, and later they disappear. So mainly they are present in the aquatic forms. So the aquatic animals, mainly the gill slits main function is for respiration. Beside the above said features, the chordates are bilaterally symmetrical. So bilaterally symmetrical means when cut at the central plane, it gives two identical halves. Then triploblastic, that is the body organs develop from the three germ layers, ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, and they are coelomates, that is they possess a true body cavity, and they have or possess the organ system level of organization, that is organ systems are well developed, and they possess post-anal tail. So in the posterior region, it extends as a tail, that is post-anal tail, and the circulatory system is closed circulatory system with the ventral myogenic heart. So the circulatory system is closed, that is it contains the heart and blood vessels. So the blood flows in the blood vessels except in the amphiozugs. Next we'll see about the comparison of chordates and non-chordates. So in chordates, notochord is present, but in non-chordates, the notochord is absent. In chordates, dorsal hollow and single nerve cord is present, but in case of non-chordates, dorsal ventral solid nerve cord is present. And in chordates, pharynx perforated by gill slits, but in non-chordates, the gill slits are absent. And in chordates, heart is ventrally placed, but in non-chordates, the heart is dorsally or laterally placed or absent. And in chordates, a post-anal tail is present, but it is absent in case of non-chordates. and the alimentary canal is placed ventral to the nerve cord in chordates. But in non-chordates, the alimentary canal is placed dorsal to the nerve cord. So these are the differences between chordates and non-chordates. So the main difference is, so we have, that is presence of or absence of notochord. So in chordates the notochord is present, and in non-chordates the notochord is absent. So all chordates possess the three fundamental distinct features at some stage of their life cycle. One is the presence of elongated rod-like notochord, and the next is a dorsal hollow tubular fluid-filled nerve cord, and third is presence of pharyngeal gill slit. So these are the three fundamental distinct features. So apart from that, the other features are, they are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic coelomates with organ system level of organization, and they possess the post-anal tail, closed circulatory system with the ventral myogenic heart except in Amphigosaurs. So these are the features of the phylum Chordata. So when you compare the invertebrate and the chordate are higher animals and the invertebrates are lower animals, and the body is also, in invertebrates the body is simple, but in chordates advanced or complex. So this is about the phylum Chordata. In the next class we will be learning about the classification of phylum Chordata, because Chordata is classified into many subphylum. So all these things we will be learning in detail in the coming class. So go through this topic. Thank you.